Hi there, and welcome to another installment of Dream, Plan, Execute. I'm Dan Blackburn, and in today's episode, I'm talking to you about dreams, helping your youth, your children, successfully reach their dreams. Now, for the last 16 years, I've been one of the strongest advocates to helping youth get connected to their dreams and successfully living in their greatness. But one of the greatest challenges that our youth face today is the notion of go for your dreams and yet not knowing how to make those happen. 90% of our youth have lost their focus on their dream or have given up on dreaming altogether. And yet, despite that, 35% of the time, those youth, the ones who have given up, they are still focused, they're still envisioning, they're still fantasizing about creating something different, something greater in their lives. So imagine the difficulty that our youth are having, that in one notion they hear the message of go after your dreams, you can make it happen, and in the other notion, we're not giving them the tools to successfully make those things come to life. So 90% of the time they're giving up, and yet in spite of giving up, they are still spending almost half of their time imagining what it would be like to get to reaching that dream. So those are the truths, those are the stats. That is the pain. Those are the challenges that our youth are facing. So we have to start inspiring our youth to dream, but we have to stop telling them that that's the end of the line. We often engage our youth by telling them to dream, be happy, pursue what you want, live passionately. And those are all valuable messages. And yet, what is a youth, what is a child who doesn't have the leadership, the knowledge, or the expertise to make their dreams happen? What are they to do with that message? We're sending our kids down a path, down a one-way street by themselves, asking them to get inspired, but then we don't give them the tools or the strategies to make it happen. So it stands to reason where our youth give up, quit, become disengaged, lose their passion, become lazy. These are all commentaries that I hear from youth leaders and from parents. Well, our children are not lazy. They're not uninspired. In fact, almost half of their lives, they are focused. They do want to achieve more, but they don't know how to get there. So we need to start sending the second piece of the dream, you can do it, you can have whatever you want message. It's about giving them the plan. If you went to carpentry school and you became a master carpenter, and then I send you out into the job force without the tools and without even a tool belt, how successful would you be in your craft? It wouldn't be long until you abandoned that dream, that pursuit, in favor of something that was easier. And it's not easier because you're lazy to do the cabinet making. It's easier because you go somewhere where you find the tools where you can successfully complete a task. We have two veins of belief system that we can send our youth down. We can teach them about human potential that get them inspired and give them a plan. And that will give them the strength, the courage, the intensity to go out and put in a solid effort. And when they do that, they'll get amazing results. Once you have great results, you believe in yourself. You build a level of self-confidence that then becomes a continuum. You believe in yourself, your human potential is high, you give everything you can, you get massive results. Or we can put our youth into a situation where we're setting them up for failure, which then leads to discouragement. Over time, they quit, and then that becomes their belief system. So you get to choose. And by consistently sending the message out that dream, you can do it, without giving them the strategies, the tools, or the plan to make it happen, you are setting your children up to fail, to become discouraged, to quit, and then begin to believe or understand that that's the mantra. Those are the habits that will guide their lives. It's our responsibility and it's your responsibility to bring the complete message. We often hear of the Michael Jordans, the Colonel Sanders, the Walt Disneys, these amazing stories, these hurdles they had to overcome. But what we don't tell our youth is that they didn't do it alone, that they had the dream, but the success story was paved by their plan. So I'm challenging you now to begin teaching your youth, your children, to yes, dream and dream big and dream for the stars as high as you can possibly go. But I'm also asking you to include the plan. In my recent webinar, I talked at length about this notion. The details for that plan and for that webinar are available on my website at danblackburn.com. You can get the information there. The Pillars of Greatness program that I created almost 20 years ago was designed to address this issue. It's about giving our youth the steps. If you see your child struggle, become frustrated, feel like they're consistently getting the same results, there's a very, very good possibility that they don't have a plan. If the plan is non-existent, it doesn't matter how big your dreams are. It doesn't matter how passionate you are about what you want. It will not happen. A quick story. A colleague of mine was looking to expand his business. He had this dream. He had this vision of a larger facility offering a different level of service and a different level of product. The first thing he did was he hired 2 consultants. He paid the consultants tens of thousands of dollars, and they worked for 4.5 months in his facility, looking at the optics, looking at the details of his business, and they came to him with a plan. And that plan was the first step he needed to use to go and get the financing that he needed to make this dream a reality. Once he had the plan, he studied it, he understood the details of it. He went and then hired another consultant, someone whose area of expertise was to go into the marketplace and find the funding, find the capital, find the money that he needed to make his dream a reality. In one opportunity, in one growth, in one moment of dreaming, this individual leveraged on 2 experts who helped build his plan, and then another expert who helped him take that plan and take it to the market so it could come to life. And I said to him, what would you have done if all you had have been armed with was your dream? He said it would have been the most frustrating experience of his life. So if we know this to be true in business and other areas of our life, let's apply it to our children. Let's apply it to the youth that you work with, your children. Let's give them the tools to be inspired, to dream big. But most importantly, let's complete the strategy. Let's bring the plan to the table. Developing a strong plan on how your child can go from where they are to where they want to be will go from taking your child looking at dreams as a blessing rather than looking at them as a curse. It'll take them from the failure, discouragement, quitting, belief system model to a model of understanding their human potential is sky high, that they put the effort in, they'll get the results, and they can achieve whatever it is that they want. I'll see you in the next video or the next podcast. I'll see you at danblackburn.com, as I said, where you can gain all the information on not only these webinars, but other fantastic content, or get me on Facebook at The Real Dan Blackburn. Have a phenomenal day, and remember, until next time, to always dream, plan, execute.